China is currently experiencing another outbreak. This, however, has not been in the news. Eric, could you tell us what is going on in China with this new outbreak?
Yeah, this China surge is actually quite incredible. And unfortunately, you're not hearing about it from any of the US or European domestic media. In many ways, the press silence on this is quite telling because the surge right now involves XBB, one of the XBB variants, which is a Omicron subvariant. But it is causing 40 million cases a week in May alone. And in June, it's estimated to hit about 65 million cases a week. This is from a leading Chinese scientist. This is not just some, outside expert who doesn't know what's going on in China. And 65 million cases a week is like 5% of Chinese population a week. It is incredible. And also it's incredible because China had quite a recent wave in January, if many people recall, just a couple months ago, 4 months ago. And but yet, look, COVID came surging back, and 40% of all cases, according to one hospital in Shenzhen, are reinfections, which means the protection that people have had from previous surge and older generation vaccines are just not enough. And this is why we always emphasize you need vaccines plus mitigation. We need next generation vaccines. But I think we're in a world of hurt because, in many ways, if China so soon after like a wave in January has another surge of this epic proportion, what does that say about COVID in the rest of the world? And especially, China actually has an XBB tailored vaccine ready to go in a matter of weeks. But while the rest of the world won't have an XBB vaccine ready to go for like at least 6 to 9 months, nothing on the horizon. And I think that's the worry because if you think about it, people said, "Oh, COVID is over 2 years ago." Back, if you look in the hospital data about May 2021, 2 years ago, hospitalizations for COVID were actually lower than they are now in the United States. We just suddenly stopped talking about it, even though we still have quite a active COVID activity in the background. And let this be a lesson that it's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when COVID will come back. And I think this is where pandemic preparation, Davos level in terms of air filtration, ventilation guidelines, and getting these things installed in schools and mandated in buildings is so crucial right now to stopping the pandemic. And I hope people learn that lesson and see that what happens in China, will likely be repeated elsewhere in the world, in Europe and America, pretty soon. And I hope people wake up to that.
Thank you so much, Eric. And indeed, COVID is not over, and we should heed these warnings and messages. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. If you'd like more information, and you can also join our community, go to WHN.global. Thanks so much.